family community?
There's a lot of diversity in our community. I found that. I noticed it before, but it was cool because you other people's perspective, like people who live like really far away. So I learned about how like they all came together.
I think it's exciting. I think the diversity of this community is one of its strengths. I've been to many events here, and you know, you come and there's food from 5 or 6 different cultural groups. There's culturally based entertainment, whether it be dancing or singing. So I think it's a strength of this community that it is so diverse. Our country is getting more and more diverse, and it's something that I think is a benefit. The more you learn about other people and their cultures and the background, the better you're able to understand them, the better you're able to work with them. So I think that's a real strength of Parkwood Hills.
I really wish, or I see my community as a whole big family, where you see so many different cultures in this community, which is very, very nice. And sometimes I see my kids speak other language, how to say hi in Spanish, for example, or other languages, which is something I think they only gain for the reason that they are living in a multicultural community. It's a very familial environment. We know each other. There are so many activities that we women do it together. Our kids do them together. So it's a kind of a new home of my home of origin. Another new Canadian version of it.
It is very nice. I really have excellent memories of that community. We have everything very handy. I remember when the bus strike was on. I remember walking back and forth with groceries, gifts, all sort of stuff. But because we have the privilege, I will say, of having all those businesses in the bottom of the hill, like Maryville, it's very nice. You have everything. I see my community like a little village. We have, for example, we have Goodwill and a lot of opportunities for you to go and shop at a nice price. So you can buy whatever you want around. You can have any services.
The people are one thing. The NRO, who are always keeping us busy, providing us with programs. And just like the services around, like we have a swimming pool, we have a bunch of basketball courts, and there's just a large area where you can do whatever. There's parks, there's a lot of good people around here that will easily, become your friend if you just you just want to be friends. You can make friends easily in this community. So.
Oh, a deal! Deal! All right! Congratulations! Okay, EVG here, $25. Okay.
My name is Gabriella. I represent the YMCA YWCA, specifically the Y Employment Access Center here in Maryville. So Parkwood Hills is our catchment area. So for all this west side, we help clients who are coming to our center every day to search information about employment, to learn how to job search, to learn how to do a resume, and we welcome anybody who is ready to learn and take part of the workshops that we deliver there.
What grade are you in? Just so I can get a reference. Grade 8, so you're graduating grade 8 and going to high school next year. Exciting stuff. Do you work before?
I've helped out in, well, I play rugby, but I've helped out little kids and participated.
So you've done some volunteer experience.
I've come here to help because I was invited by the NROC, Nepean Vito Oscar Community Center, to explain youth that come here, to tell them what is a resume and why it's important to have a resume when you're job searching. So I brought several packages here, and I'm briefly talking to youth and asking them if they're familiar with certain types of resumes, and then giving them a template and explaining step by step how to build a resume.
So no formal working experience yet. Will you be looking to do some formal?
Yeah.
So you're gonna need a resume then. Perfect. So we'll start with last thing across this, the tips for writing a great resume. So you have to follow along a few of those things as I go through a checklist and whatnot. You'll see some of them are relevant.
So this is the region of people we serve every day. We, as an employment center, we welcome anybody who's interested in learning job search skills.
And then it has all kinds of skills. So I'll leave you with those two. That'll help you create an excellent resume that'll hopefully get you hired. Do you have any questions?
No.
No, you're good? All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good luck. Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too. This documentary is helping, can definitely help people realize the potential of a community. It states all of our amazing, really good strengths, and also the improvements that are needed. A community, as long as a community is willing to participate or to listen, this documentary can definitely help a lot in opening minds up. And then if you can appeal to them, if you can open up their mind, if you can just get them to listen, maybe there's a chance that they will decide to participate. They may say, oh, this is wrong, this needs to be fixed, our community's better improvement, we need interaction, and etc. They may try to take steps to fix it.
Because all the youth in Parkwood Hills, we've learned for about 2-3 months how to do it, and the best way to learn is to teach, right? So if we go to other communities and teach their youth how to do it, not only will we make better relations with other communities, but we'll also help them to make their own documentary. The most hardworking youth in each community, maybe 2 or 3 from each community, come together, working on behalf of the city of Ottawa, and we all maybe get together once a week and we film. Maybe it can be over the summer, you know, like a camp or something, and we can all do our share to do the whole filming in 1 month, all the editing, voiceovers the other month, and in the end, the city of Ottawa will have a documentary made by the youth, and that's a pretty good thing to have, because they show really who youth are and how smart they are to make a documentary about their own city.
They can use it to, like we are, to point out the flaws and see what's good about our community and see if we can make a few changes.
Yes, if they're trying to get their word out, that's the best possible way to do it. Get heard. I strongly suggest that other communities try doing this.
I'd really recommend that because it'd make them feel involved and actually make them feel like they're doing something in the community. So that's a really good thing to feel. So I'd definitely encourage more youth like me to do it. So
I learned that I'm better at talking. At first I didn't like asking questions because it was really, I felt weird about my voice being on camera because I'm usually really afraid of talking in front of people, and then I could talk to strangers about how they thought about the community, so it was cool like learning that I could do that and not.
I'm generally a shy person, very. I have met new people here who I'm comfortable talking to. As myself, I've definitely learned a lot For example, I found out more of the needs of the community. I mean, I always thought the community was perfect and best for me, but that was just me being really. It's really opened my mind up a lot of what's going on in our community instead of just staying at home and doing nothing.
I learned that there's a lot of characters that can change the community, a lot of good characters, a lot of good people that actually care about the community, which I didn't really know that. I learned that I should cherish the community more, like take care of it and help it grow and develop. I learned that I should encourage more and help more people, more children, to know about the community, to make them less ignorant about the community. And I learned that it's a very beautiful and fun community to live in and settle in. Well, about myself, that I was ignorant first, that I didn't know much about the community. But after this documentary, I became more aware of what's surrounding me. So I know more about the community, I know more about the people, I know more about everything in this community. I feel like I'm involved somehow in this community. So it makes me feel good inside.
First of all, I learned how to make a documentary. So it changed me through the really the organizing pattern. Do this and then that and that and this and the whole sequence, you know. That I learned, which I think is very important. And I also learned a lot about our community. Even though I lived for 5 years, I knew a lot, but because of this 2-3 months worth of filming, I knew a lot more. And especially with the other peers I'm working with, we all gave each other insight, and during the film boarding, we wrote down everything, and as I was reading it, I realized, you know, we need garbage help, this, that. So I think that it really it told me a lot about my community, which I never knew before. And now that I know that, and other youth know that too, I think maybe in the future we can do something to, you know, work on it and make it a much better community than that is. Because the one thing about documentary is that you can say what you want, and you can say it well, because there's a whole image aspect to it, you know, right? So documentary, the whole media, is a wonderful way to persuade and tell others a story which you have to tell. If someone were to go up and just talk to you for like 2 hours, most of us would, you know, start dozing off. Unless they're a really good speaker, then we'd fall asleep. But with a documentary, there's a whole movie aspect to it, you know, and everyone loves movies, obviously. So it's like a movie which is you're making your own movie to express your own idea to others, and that's a whole interesting thing about documentaries, is that it's a wonderful way to get across your idea in a wonderful way too. Sure, no matter what profession I go into in the future, somehow I'm gonna link it back to filmmaking, documentary making, because the whole taking scenes and then talking over it and showing a story, I really enjoy that, and I think that working on a topic and making a documentary on it, you see it from a whole new angle, you know. For example, whenever you study for a test, you write it down, you say it out loud, so you learn it different ways, you know. In documentary making, when you show a story through documentary, you're learning it through filming, you're learning it through writing, through thinking, and so there's many different ways of learning about a topic just through making documentaries.